Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show brought to you on WVDM. You already know what time it is, and if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're about to go live. Go ahead and hit that share link and invite some people over to this page, and let's get engaged with some topics today for everybody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How's your day going? Most of all, how's the day going? Hope everything is going well with you and for you. It's a new day. It's a new year. And we just want to let you know that we're here to bring you information and to let you know what's going on in the 757. And I know 25 came in, and everybody should be doing great. We getting close to a new president. Well, he's not a new president. He's an old president coming back, being a new president. But whatever that is, we have the votes have been counted. The decision has been made. And regardless of how the outcome is, always remember one thing: God has the final say so in anything that we go through. All you got to do is keep your hands in the man upstairs in the name of Jesus Christ, because that's what it's all about. That's how I'm brought up and raised, to know that who you trust in, because that's how you get your blessing. But welcome to the show. And like I said, hit the share button and invite some people over. And I am your host, Captain85. Let me bring this down for a moment. You know, um, there you go. How you doing? How y'all doing? I know sometimes I'm a little late, a little, but I'm always here. I'm always here. I always try to be here to inform you of things that and activity that are going on in the community and nationally, locally, or international. Whatever we try to do to improve communications in our community and for the future generation, our youth. And that's the key component to what I do. And I introduce, now when I do my shows, I call it History 365, meaning that our history is not just in February, 28 days, 1 month a year. Our history is 365 days a year. There's so much history our ancestors and our race have gone through for thousands of years. And they try to, as they say, eradicate us to a small portion of history. It is our history that we help, put this planet, put this country where it is. Without us, there is no United States. Don't get it twisted. Don't let them keep fooling you. You got to do your research, and you got to understand is that's why everything the way it is. They keep trying to change who we are, and God is only gonna let them go for a certain stint. Then when when it's all said and done, God is the final answer. But nevertheless, hit that share button. What do you got going on? If you got something going on, don't forget you can always hit me up on Facebook Messenger and let me know what you got. And I'm going to start, some advertising for my radio station, WVDM, and some reasonable rates, very inexpensive, get you out there each and every day. I got from when I go on live, or you want to be 24 hours a day on my radio station, you can. But most of all, I want you to go to your app store and download WVDM. That's the logo in the Apple Store. If you download that to your electronic device, and if you're a business, you download that, then you will get a discount. And because you'll help building this brand. You know, I don't like quoting numbers, but I get a lot of all the posts I'm getting a lot of posts, people viewing my posts and pages. So like I said, is I ain't out trying to get your bag. I'm trying to help you to get a bag. And the only way you can get a bag is you have to advertise. And if you don't have a big budget, we can work with a small budget. And depending on what you want just mentions, we can do that. If you want a what I call a 15 or 30-second commercial, we can do that at a reasonable rate. Nothing beyond 15 to 20-second commercials on the radio format. And if you want street marketing, we can do that. If you want to put your brand, or if you want to be a sponsor for our posters and our banners, we can do that. We want to be able to have you everywhere we are. And you don't have to, like I tell people, if you spend money with me, and regardless of how much it is, I'm guaranteed to make sure you make that money back. I can guarantee you make that money back. If you're a recording artist, if you want to get your music played, if you got the app, I'll listen to it, and then I'll load it if it's clean and positive. I don't do negative music. So don't get it twisted and say, hey, I'm everybody else playing my music. Well, my format ain't for you. I'm just letting you know. If it ain't talking about love, if it ain't talking about positive things, we don't need it. I mean, we got enough of that on the other stations. That's why I'm over here in my own lane. You know, I have a lot of local artists on this format, you know. So if you're interested, then hit me up in Facebook Messenger and say, hey, I want to get that package. If you got the app on your phone, hit me with a picture on your phone that you got WVDM and you're listening on a video. Because it's about working together. That's all I'm trying to do, to get people to work together. You know, it takes a lot of people to make money on the internet. Don't get it twisted. People can quote all they want. They can tell you all of this and all of that. But I know the real story. I've been on the internet ever since its beginning. When YouTube was the first one that started paying people. That's right. YouTube was the first one that started paying people for content. Why and how did they do it? They broke it down to the smallest denominator of 1 penny, 1 cent. And that's how they break it down to the lowest denominator. And believe me, it is the lowest denominator. But it takes a lot of people to listen and view your music, any platform. Because if everybody was getting rich, everybody would be doing it. You know, people are making money, that's for sure. But it takes a lot of people to support your brand to do that. So with that further ado, don't forget to go to your Apple store, download this app, and help build a brand that's going to support your brand and help you in every way possible with a reasonable rate without robbing the bank. You know, because everybody should understand when you're working, you must get paid for your services. And that's all I'm doing, getting paid for services rendered and to help you get your brand to hundreds and thousands of people. But like I said before, it's a lot of things we are doing on this platform today to generate interest and hope that you will too, because it's all about our future generation. It's all about our future generation. We have to try to bring our generation into effect so that we can let them know that we love them, we care about them, and we need them. Because as we get older, remember one thing, we're getting older. Each and every day, we are getting older. And what that means, we have to look out for these people, these young people here. We got to let them know that, hey, we're in your corner and we want you to know that we love you and whatever it takes to get the message out. Because I'm tired of turning on it. I'm tired of turning on TV, especially the news. All you can hear on the news is, hey, funerals in the pipeline to prison. The pipeline to prison. And that is what we have to get people motivated to understand is there's nothing new under the sun but our young people dying. And it's time for us to wake up and stop pretending that this is going to go away. It's not going to go away until you talk to the people that need to hear the message. Then the young people don't watch news. Young people do not watch the news. So when we sit around and pretend that they are listening to the news, they don't listen to the news. Every time you turn on the news, somebody somewhere took a gun to school. Just the other day, they was reporting that a young lady brought a knife to school. Now she's in trouble. She probably gets suspended. The parents said they're going to take a warrant out for the child. So what we don't understand about what's going on in our community, how we going to get people to understand that we need to come together, not just for funerals, not for marches, but to educate the young people in our community. To me, we are missing something. We are missing the fact that we march, the police march, everybody's marching, but ain't nobody stopping the young kids. You're not stopping the young kids. And if you don't do that, then what's the purpose of marching? If we don't come together to get our young people to understand that we love them, we care about them, we need them, we used to be called the lost generation. Now we're the most deadly young people on the planet that's dying. Can we do more than just sit around and wait till we get a knock on the door that we don't want to hear? We have to come together to make sure that our future generation understand that we need them and we care. It should not always be about money, but it should be about compassion and love. That's what it should be. When young people feel no love, love is the most component thing that we're missing. And we got to stop pretending that it's not. Our young people deserve to know that we truly care. Love is the only way we can get their attention. I've been doing this for years, talking to kids in the community, activities I used to put on with them with Frankie Stewart, aka the Soul Ranger of WRAP. And when those young people had a safe environment to come to, they were so happy. So happy. We put on activities in different cities. That's why I'm known all over the 7 cities. In all the 7 cities, activities for young people to give them a safe environment. Oh, yeah, you're going to have a few that's going to try to disrupt the peace. That's why you have security inside and out. That's why you have security that can let them know if you don't leave the premises, you're on private property. And if you don't leave, you will be arrested. Then your parents will come and pick you up from the precinct. And those that listen and have a good time, they're always welcome to come back and invite their parents. I invite the parents to come. Why? Because it's your child. You should be see that you should be there to see if your child is behaving the way you think they should be. And I have barred when I was doing teen dances to give them things to do if they got out of hand, if they was arguing or fighting. I banned them from the place. They could not come. Oh, they would put on, ladies would put on makeups or wig, change their appearance trying to get in. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Guys, do the same thing. Hey, that wasn't me. Okay. I would have 3 people, security, to identify you before you put you out in your band. If you came on the premises after that, you will be arrested. I'm not trying to put people in jail. What I'm trying to do is get you to change your attitude. Because with everything going on in our community, you're not getting them to change their attitudes. That requires discipline. I used to study martial arts for close to 2 years. It's all about discipline. You couldn't go into a martial art class without bowing, saluting the teacher, saluting your students, and bowing to the class or to the room. And then we would start our activities. Discipline. If they say run 20 laps, you gonna run 20 laps or you ain't gonna be in the class. Discipline. Discipline. If you don't discipline the kids, then what's going to happen? They're going to get in trouble at school. They're going to get in trouble with the police. Then they're going to the court and say serenado to the pipeline to prison. Same thing in school. You go into school, you're not obeying the teacher. The teacher don't supposed to be able to, they're not your parents. They are teachers. They're there to educate you. And as I grew up, my mother spoke to us every day about our behavior. Listen to the teacher. Don't get sent home for not paying attention in class. Don't get sent home for fighting. And I don't care what the reason was. I don't care who hit who. Do not come home or get sent home for any of those things. And most of all, please don't get sent home for not doing your homework. Discipline. And parents, some people don't want to say the hard things to parents. You're responsible for your kids' behavior. You are responsible, not the teacher. The teacher is there to teach all the students in the classroom. And we must recognize the teachers need our help. They need our help because if you say something to a student and she's in a classroom with her friends and she don't like what the teacher said or called her out or called her to the desk, now she got attitude. She want to put on The big woman bloomers talk back to the teacher. The boy want to put on the big boy pants, talk back to the teacher, tell them what they ain't gonna do. Don't be showing off for the friends. You can show off for your friends all you want to till you get sent to the office. You can show off with the principal till he suspend you. Then he's going to call your parents. And parents, you must realize that you are the parent. Listening goes a long way than going against the teacher or the principal at school. All that stuff is noted. Going to PTA meetings, going to the school when it's time to go and see what's going on with your children, activities, so you would know what they need to get done, what they ain't getting done, and their attitude in class. We must protect our teachers at all costs. Good teachers are hard to find. Good teachers are hard to find. I want to send a mad shout out to the teachers that slay for approving me to be on their page all over the United States. And also the men of valor. Thank you for sharing my videos. And also to Something in the Water with the one and only, the Queen, Claudine, who started Something in the Water page, who also allowed me to put the things that I do on the internet. It's about coming together. The more people that do positive things and act as if they want the young people, the future, to know positive things. I'm now also running comedy for a segment because my son is a comedian. So I am running some of his skits that he's now doing on TikTok or in other formats. He's always been doing comedy for years, but during the pandemic, he went out to, I think it was Nevada or Washington State. One of them was doing comedy out there. And he comes back. He was doing Funny Bone in Virginia Beach before then. And he sometimes come back and do Funny Bone, but he's still working on his comedy and skits. So I'm introducing his skits on WVDM radio and on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And let me run one of those right now so you can see his activities. I hope you enjoy.
Hey man, really be your own people. Fortunately enough, got paid today. And you know what that means? Car problems. I was at home chilling. I swear, perfect timing. I looked at my phone. I got paid at the same time. I got a phone call from my wife telling me she popped the tire. I go pick her up. I drive her car over to the tire shop, go inside, buy some new tires. And this is where it gets strange. I go outside because I forgot my wallet. I go running outside because it's cold outside. As I'm running back, all I hear is his voice saying, "Stop running, you black." Niger. I turn around and look. I see these two white employees. They look at each other, then look back at me and point to this black woman who's just standing there. And the black woman's like, "Yeah, it was me. Stop running, you black." Niger. Bro, really just be your own folks. Hey man, really be your own people.
Yeah. That's one of his skits that I try to promote what he does. It's just like I promote artists on here. when it comes to their products and services, because I try to help out everybody that I can when I can, that appreciate the help and stuff. So when it comes to trying to do the right thing and to get people motivated and involved in things that we do. Also, I also told you that during this time that I was going to add for Black History 365 days, not just Black History Month, but 365 days every day that I'm broadcasting here on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show and on my Facebook page to post something about Black history that you may not be aware of. And this moment, this is one of the stories that I want to introduce today.
And I want people who are in here who are not Black to understand that as well. Because 12 years, 12 steps, the 12-step process to your miseducation. 12-step process to not value who you are. 12-step process to not believe you're anything worthy. Right? Let's think about this real quick. Let's name 5 Black historical figures outside of Dr. King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass. Think about that in your head. For most people, that's the fave 5. For most people, that's the only 5. Reflect on that. There were hundreds of people working with Dr. King. Hundreds. Rosa Parks, hundreds of people. Rosa Parks wasn't even the first person to not get up out of her seat, and she'll be the first one to tell you that. Rosa Parks had been organizing for 20 years prior and 50 years after. She didn't pass away in 2005, I think. That happened in 1955. So many more people. Okay, now, another question.
So I just want you to know that these are the things that we are doing. And for a moment, because next month is actually Black History Month.
Throughout the month of February, Black History Month celebrates the contributions of African Americans to American history and culture. Black History Month actually started as Negro History Week in 1926 by Carter G. Woodson. The goal of Black History Week was to educate African Americans about their cultural background and instill in us a sense of pride in our race. But in the words of a well-known actor, you're going to relegate Black history to a month? Black history is American history. All African Americans have to keep in mind the truth in this statement, and they and their children stand on the shoulders of many who came before them, such as Martin Luther King Jr., Jackie Robinson, Rosa Parks, Thurgood Marshall, Madam C.J. Walker, and many others. Black history is American history and should be recognized as such by everyone and not just one race. This public service announcement was sponsored by B48 Productions and Maestro Advertising.
I hope you share this information with other people on your pages, because it's important that we learn to work together if we're going to solve this problem in our community. It is not one man problem to solve. It is not one community to solve. It is everybody that's in the community to come together to talk to our future generation, our youth. Why do we have to wait? Why are we waiting till something happens? Why are we waiting till something happens and the police is knocking on your door? You're getting a call from the principal, the teacher, that you don't want to get, that you don't want to receive. We got to do better. We can't keep pretending that hey, it doesn't matter. It should always matter. It should always matter because it's up to us to make a difference in our future generation lives. So when we thinking that, hey, it's not about us, you're very much mistaken. It is about our youth. It is about the future generation. And if we don't come together, we're going to lose that. We're losing. The pipeline to prison is real. And it's very important that we come together to protect our future generation. Also, you know that Michael Vick is the head coach at Norfolk State University. Michael Vick doing the thing, doing the doggone thing. Because he's bringing opportunities. He's bringing in coaches from other places to be at his side. You know, former NFLs and NFL stars. That's Michael Vick bringing in what we need to win. See, the thing is, Michael Vick get it. Michael Vick get it. We can't do it alone. I don't care how much we know, how much we think we know, how much money we spend balling. It takes more than one person. You got to come together as a team. And I'm proud of Norfolk State University for making this choice. If you want to win, put together a team. Like I say all the time, when I ran clubs, ain't no club I ran that I made myself. I had a team of people, a team of employees that worked every single night we were open. I worked in the club business for close to 50 years. 6, 7 nights a week. We didn't entertain 5, 10, 20, or 30, or 40 people. We entertained hundreds. And if you ever came to the main event, the Big Apple, Broadway, if you ever came to 1872 East Little Creek Road, Club Royal Blue, if you ever came to Heartbreak Cafe on Baker Road, if you ever came to Mr. Magic when it first opened, because I was the one that opened it for Ray Patel and Charlie Kidd. I left there and went back to the Heartbreak and worked. Then Barry's mother and dad had opened up a country and western place called Stampede's. And after a year or a year and a half, they were saying, well, you know, business is not going the way they thought it would with the Heartbreak. And I said, well, why don't you turn it into a black club? And Barry said, I don't own that one. You have to talk to my mom and dad. So I talked to Mrs. Davis. She talked to her husband. A week later, Barry called, said, my dad wants to speak to you. His name was Coleman Davis. And he said, hey, Captain 85. I said, how you doing, sir? He said, I'm doing okay. How are you? I'm great. He said, well, I got some good news for you. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, what's that? He said, you're getting your wish. I said, what wish is that? He said, we're going to shut down Stampede's and turn it into a black club. I said, whoa. He said, how do you think we would do? I said, that's a premier club if you do that. it's going to be Premier. But I was hoping that he left it at Stampedes, the name, because the group of people that work with me, we call ourselves the Royal Horsemen. So with that said, he said, no, we're going to change the name to something else. And later on, they called me and said, we're going to call it Picasso's. Hey, sound like a great name to me. Picasso was a painter, and I studied as an artist. I've been drawing ever since I was a child. So that's how that got open. Later on, after 4 years of being open, he sold it to my brother, Dr. Vaughn, and we kept it with the 3.5 for over 12 years. We had the largest Afro-American club in the history of Virginia Beach. And when people say, well, Broadway was the largest club, that's Norfolk. That's Norfolk, not Virginia Beach. So when people don't understand when running a place, and no other club after that, no other club in the history of the city has ever had 6 or 7 nights a week. None. It's the only one. They might be open. They might have 30 or 40 people come by, have drinks, maybe 60, but not the numbers that Picasso's had. From there, later on, Barry asked me to come back to the Heartbreak. Once I came back to the Heartbreak, and he said, the numbers are falling. And he said, why? I said, yeah, because your DJs want to be black DJs. The white DJs want to be black DJs. He said, what are you saying? Because they're scratching and, that's not going to go over with the crowd. He said, what are you saying? I said, because you got to know the music and the crowd you're playing to. So he said, call me a couple of days later. Say, can you come over to Heartbreak Cafe when you leave Picasso's? I said, sure. He stopped by. He made an announcement. He said, I want to make an announcement. After speaking to the audience, he said, after talking with CAPTAIN85, because everybody always puts stuff on me, so if it goes wrong, they're going to blame me. And with what he said, I decided to shut down the Heartbreak Cafe. This is the last night, the last week. And the crowd like, what? He said, but we're going to shut it down for a week, and we're going to reopen as Night Fever. Boy, and the audience just went hysterical and, of approval. And it took him about a week to redesign it, paint it, change the decor in it, and open up as Night Fever. And when we did, it was a line out the door till 12 or 1 o'clock that night. It was so many people. I never looked back again. The name was changed several times. Like I tell people, it's all about entertainment with me. I'm one of few of the DJs in my era that ever played for all white crowd in this area. And like I tell people, I never once I had anybody call me anything but CAPTAIN85. Never once that I had somebody to call me anything else or to insult me, because they like, and you have a problem, the customers would come say, if you have a problem in here, let me know. Just let me know. We'll take care of it. I don't have no problem. I can take care of my own problems. It's called prayer. Prayer changes everything. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, that God don't make mistakes. We do. And our future generation need our love and attention. This young man right here, you already know, that's Dorian Finney-Smith. He came from VA. Now he's out in LA, VA to LA, and he's doing a tremendous, excellent job. And don't forget to stop by the page and let them know that you approve and support what he's doing in the community. Because like I tell people, it's not about me. It's about everything that we could talk about to bring attention to people, bring attention, you know. So the moments that we see on Facebook is we got to support one another. We got to show love to all the people that's in VA that's been successful to move up the ladder, up the chain. Because that's what it's all about. That's what we need. I've been striving for this for years. For years. And like I tell anybody and everybody, we got to do more than just do lip service. We got to do more than just lip service. Because if we don't, if we can't come together and save our future generation, why are we talking? Isn't it about their lives and the things they want to accomplish? These are their role models. These are their role models. Michael Vick is from Newport News. Dorian Finley is from Portsmouth, Virginia. What is it is wrong that we can't come together and accomplish what needs to be done? We can't keep sitting around pretending, hey, well, you know, I done did what I needed to do. Going out is a privilege. But raising and having kids is a blessing. You see your child be successful. You know, I'm just letting you know, I'm not here to chastise no one. But what I am here to let you know, that if we come together and work together, we can change a whole lot of things in our community. A whole lot of things. Because if we don't, year after year, week after week, we're talking about the same thing. I'm getting tired of turning on the news. I'm getting tired. That's all I can see. And the news come on in the morning. In the afternoon, and in the evening. And then, of course, you got all your other channels that they're running news on every day. All I'm saying is this. We have to do better if we want our future generation to do better. And let me talk on this as well. You know it's coming up. I'm talking about the 56th NAACP Image Award. That's right. You already know. You already know. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. And that's going to be coming up February the 22nd. And will be broadcast on BET and CBS. So ain't no excuse that you ain't going to be able to watch it. And you know they got a lot of categories. They have a lot of categories. And you need to go to the NAACP Image Award and cast a vote for the person that you want to win. And the nominees are Sherry is in there. Sherry is in the Image Award. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, because it's about to go down. And you know, I always tell you each and every day, it's on. And it's on. Because why is it on? Because I support the Sherry Show each and every day. That's what I do. I let you know that we have to do better. We can talk all we want to. We can talk all we want to. But the best we can do is support those that support us. And we got a lot of people out there that's going to be on the Image Award. I can only name a few. I can just name a few. There's so many. I'm just telling you right now, if you get out there and start the voting, casting your vote, all I'm saying is there's a lot of people out there that you can vote for. And I'm just saying it's a heavy nominations, you know, that they got going down, that they have going down this year. And what we need to do is come together and making sure that those people that are there can be recognized for their great talents, and gifts. Because it's important for us to recognize the people that's doing the hard work and doing positive things. And Sherry is doing one. You know, she's hosting the show. Her show comes on every day with great people. And if we can watch, if we educate and let our people know, hey, this is what we need to do. You know, the Sherry Show is on every day from 2 to 3. Because, you know, I always try to do a little video with Sherry in the back. And then I also get to watch the other part. Like I said, I support Sherry, you know, and the Image Award is something that she's up for, an award this year, you know, and we hoping that she win. You know, she can win. Only way she can win if we vote for her. If we stop playing around and get out there and put the votes in for her to win. That's what I'm saying. Put the vote in for her to win. That's all you got to do. But it's Sherry to make her move. Put the vote in for her to win. And like I said, I think she's going to be hosting the show. Let me make sure, because I don't want to quote something that I'm not familiar with, but I think there it is. She's nominated for the Outstanding Talk Show Series, Outstanding Host in a Talk Show Series. Now, you got to get in, go to the NAACP Image Award website and start casting your votes. They got everybody up there. They got me singers, gospel, R&B, rap. Some of your favorite artists will probably be nominated. So I'm just letting y'all know what you need to do, what we need to do to show support in 2025. 2025. Look at the numbers, 20 and 25. I'm just letting you know what God is showing you. He's showing you. If you're still living, he's showing you. You are making history. Because a lot of people didn't make it out of 24. But you did. I know I did. And the enemy has one weapon: to devour and destroy. And if you're doing anything that's positive, if you're telling your kids to do anything that's positive, the enemy will devour them and destroy them, because that's his job. But your job is to pray over your children, pray over them at night, and pray over them in the morning, and pray throughout the day, because the enemy is real. And every time you turn on the news, who do you see in the news? Oh, there's other people, but they don't outnumber our community. We have to do better. We have to come together and face the facts. If we come together for marches, we can come together and support the community in other activities. Soon I'll be releasing my books, but mine is a program. It's not just a coloring book, because it's a program. My first program was with my comic books that I went to different states and cities. Once I release this one, I'm going to try to focus on the 757, because people have asked me to come to other states and cities, and I haven't even released it yet. But they had already invited me to come to other cities to talk to people in other states and cities' school systems. But like I keep trying to explain to people, I'm from VA. I'm from P-Town. I'm from the 757. I was born in P-Town, raised in P-Town, worked in P-Town. After I got married, I moved to Virginia Beach to be with my wife and my kids. When I had left to go to broadcasting school and came back, because we had separated, but I said, I can't let no man raise my children. I did things wrong in my marriage, and I paid the consequences. And I said I'll never do that again. I came back, worked 3 jobs so that my kids could have a nice place to stay, have some of the things they needed. I worked 3 jobs, maybe got 4 or 5 hours of sleep a day. But it's not about me. It was about my kids. It wasn't just about my kids. It was about your kids too, so that they could have a safe environment, safe activities. But again, it's up to all of us to be aware of what's really important. Because to me, this is what's important to me. Teach us to be business owners so we can change things. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's why I created my program. That's why I created my comic book. That's why I created this. To motivate young entrepreneurs, young people to get involved, know what's right and know what's wrong. You can't always talk to young people in a way that we do now. We have to educate them the way they understand. And if you like to be a sponsor, if you like to be a person that buy and purchase the real adventures of Captain 85 coloring book, let me know, and I'll let you know when they'll be released. This is not just a coloring book. This is a mentoring book. Plus, I got a staff that will be working and coming out and using the materials that I have over the years put together to help educate and make them understand it's about love. It's not about me. I'm only a servant in God's kingdom. I hope you understand it's all about God and what his mission is. Tune in today from 3 to 5 for Frequency Distribution, where I play the best of the 757 artists, the best variety of music on the planet. Rock, pop, old school, classics, reggae, Latin, Jamaican beats, African beats. We play it all. But remember, it's a station for your entertainment pleasure. So please go to the WVDM, go to the App Store and download WVDM app. You're going to need it. We're going to be doing some things. Pretty soon, I'm not going to be sending out any links. But like I said before, it's not about me. It's about what you're born to do and what you're sent to do. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and watching. And thank you for liking and commenting on the videos that I put on the Henderson Vaughn page. I really appreciate it. The numbers are up. They're increasing. And I won't stop until I win so that you can win, that we can win, because it's not a one-man show. If you read your scripture, the Bible say, no man is an island unto himself. Why? Because it takes more than one person. It takes more than one person to win. It's about love. It's about understanding what God is. Till the next time we meet, 3 o'clock, WVDM. I'll see you then. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for caring.